Hey guys, John Stevens here again at Working Man Success again. I come on here every day and talk about ideas and concepts that will help you move forward. And today I'm going to talk mainly to the young guys, but I think that if you're older, if you've been through life, and you've seen exactly what I'm talking about, I would appreciate y'all getting in the comments and backing me up on this. Probably a lot of parents are not going to agree with this what I've got to say today, but I want people to think about their future when they're really young. There's a lot of people getting out of school now, right? 18, 19. That's in their head. They've automatically got it ingrained that they're just going to go along with the system and go straight into college. And I'm not discouraging college when I talk about this stuff, but I want people to think about what they get out of college and make that decision on their own. Don't just follow into the beaten path that you have to go to college and you have to, you've got to get these college degrees to live a good life. Because I've did a lot of numbers and I've did a lot of research, and for the mass, for the big majority of people, it doesn't make sense. I cannot make it make sense on a large scale. There are a small number of people that it makes sense for, but in general, college just does not make sense anymore. And maybe 20, 30 years ago it did, but times has changed tremendously. And I believe the future of a working man is much brighter than people that's going to college right now to learn computer skills, to learn code, to learn all this, like they just learn information that you can get you can get these skills mainly from just a Google search. They give up years of their life and they get into these massive debts, and it takes them years and years after they start their career to pay off the debt. And they really do not gain a lot of information. They don't increase their value in the working world. And I want to really encourage the young people to think about this. So if you're going to be a doctor, a lawyer, a nurse practitioner, dentist, a teacher, something like that, you've got to have the paper. You've got to go. You've got to get the certifications. You've got to get all the documentations and all this kind of stuff to pursue stuff like that. But as far as going to school, just to go to school and get a general education, I've did a lot of numbers, and most of these people end up making less money than what they would have if they would have pursued a career in the trades, working with their hands. And so I just did a Google search on the average salary in America for an associate's degree, which is somewhere between 40 and 50,000 on average, and a bachelor's degree is somewhere between 50 and 60,000, and a master's degree is between 60 and 70,000. So after a 4-year college degree and a master's degree in general is going to get you somewhere between $60,000 and $70,000. In the trades, and I'm talking about like getting in the pipe fitters, getting in the operators, being an electrician, being a boilermaker, being an iron worker, all these different trades that you get in and you make money as you learn them. You go through apprenticeship and you can make a lot of money while you're learning them and not going into debt. But all the ones I just mentioned, and I'm gonna go ahead and say, managers at like major chain gas stations, convenience stores, restaurants, retail stores. These managers are all in the same boat too, and it doesn't take a lot to get in that position, but the positions I just named will, on average, get you the same money a master's degree will. It'll get you between $60,000 and $70,000, $80,000 a year, and that's on average. Now, when I say on average, there's some of them jobs that's making less than that, but there's also a lot of people that has a master's degree making less than that. And the same way on the upper end, all the jobs I just named, it's common that, not average, but common, that you could reach 100,000 plus a year as a salary, and you haven't given up your 4 years. None of them jobs I just talked about require you to give up 4 years of your life and get into debt paying for college. Now, if you're going to college because you have a passion, you have a pursuit, you want to be a doctor, you want to be a dentist, you want to be a lawyer, you want to be something like that, you have a desire to be that, by all means, that's what college is for. But if you're just deciding to go to college because you think the college degree is going to make you more money and give you a better life, but you don't have a specific career path in mind, I'm telling you guys that I think you need to think that through. I'm not going to discourage you from going to college, but I'm just saying the math does not make sense. The money does not make sense. You can get in an apprenticeship, or you can start pursuing a career at another place of work with the intentions of moving up to management and stuff, and make the same or a lot more money than if you gave up 4 years of your life to college, and you get out of college and you have tens of thousands of dollars worth of debt that you have to pay back. Plus, you've got to take the cost that you paid for college and the cost of the money that you lost from working and pursuing another career for 4 years. So, guys, I just want to get that information out there, because I believe that schools are designed to shape the minds of the kids, the minds of people graduating high school, and shape them toward college just because it's another customer. They're building customers for the school system. That's their goal, and the reward is not there. Like I said, if you have a specific line of work that you want to go into, like you want to be a doctor, you have a passion to be a doctor, well, that's the path you need to take. But the numbers say this. The numbers say that 40% of everybody that goes to college does not graduate college. They spend a year or two, but they end up dropping out. So they've lost whatever time they spent there and whatever debt they got into, or whatever money they spent in college, and the time they lost that they could have been pursuing another career. 40% of people, that's the path they take. They get in and they do not finish. So it was absolutely a waste of time, a waste of money, and a waste of pursuing something else. And here's another. So out of the 60% of the people that do graduate, so 40% of the people don't graduate. They don't stay in long enough to make it beneficial. Out of the 60% of the people that do actually start college, go all the way through and graduate, only 50% of that 60% are working in the field in which they studied. So you just take 100 people, 40 of them people are going to drop out, 40 of them people are going to get away, they're going to realize that this is not for them, and I would probably say that's probably the best move. These are probably the smarter people. they get into college and they see that it ain't what it's, they pick up knowledge and they realize this is not the path to live a great life. All right, so 40 out of the 100 drop out, and then 60 graduate. Only 30 people out of that 60 is going to work in a field that which they studied. So if you really break the numbers down, college has a 30% chance of helping you live a better life. And and I don't know, but if I made a 30 on a test, I failed. And I believe colleges is a failing thing right now. And keep in mind too, guys, if you're young and you're getting out of college, you know about this AI stuff. You're probably using it already. AI is going to replace a lot of jobs that you study in school. Like teachers is one thing. I believe, and I could be wrong, but I believe the need for teachers is going to go way down in the future. I believe that our students and our kids will be taught in a classroom by AI. And think about this too. If you're going to college and you're not pursuing a specific career path and you're just going for general college, you're getting a general's bachelor's degree or something, companies are not paying for that anymore, because all the information that you gain from going to college, you get into debt, you can go lose 2 or 3 years of your life, get into debt that's just going to take you years to pay off and cost you 2 or 3 years of pursuing something else. And what you get out of that knowledge that you gain in college can be replaced by a simple Google search. Times has changed, and companies are not going to pay you just because you spent 2 years in college, that they can get the same information from a Google search as they can having a college degree. So I'm probably going to get some dislikes on this one, disagreements, but I really think that I'm telling you the truth. For most people, I do not believe that college is going to advance your life. I see it all the time. I know a lot of people that has college degrees that are working all these jobs that doesn't require a college degree, because the jobs are not there for the college graduates, and the money's not there. They think they're going to make more money, but when they go on and they learn a few things and they learn where the money is and what companies actually pay for, they pay for leadership skill. They pay for people that's going to show up and do their work. They pay for good attitudes. They pay for good people. They don't care if you went to college for 2 or 3 years. And because actually a lot of companies are moving away from wanting people from college, because college is kind of distorting the minds of a lot of the youth. So guys, if you're young, you're getting out of high school and you're looking for your path, like I said, I'm not anti-college. I'm not discouraging it, but know why you're going to college. Know what you're going to get out of it. Know what you're going to pay for it, and just know why you're making that decision, instead of being coerced into it just to be a customer for the institution. The institution is a business. They're trying to get your money. They're trying to create as many paying customers as they can, and that's what you're going to be if you're not going for a very specific skill set, and you know where your career path is going, and you know that college is going to get you there. So guys, I just wanted to pass that along. Y'all think about it. Please get in the comments. Tell me if you agree or disagree. Tell me what you think about this. Hit likes, hit subscribe, and send this to somebody who needs to hear it. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.